Well, it's been a little while, but I'm back. Yeah, 3 years, something like that. It's been a long time. Um, so, I've got a bit of explaining to do. I did leave this YouTube channel for quite a while, and there's kind of a big reason for that. So, obviously, I ran a channel with my Saab, and about 3 years ago I actually lost the car, which, as you can imagine, is quite difficult to film a YouTube channel without a car. What makes it worse is I also lost my license. Now, this is going to be explained in this video. I want to explain why I was gone so long. So yeah, about 3 years ago, I had a seizure while driving. I was heading to an old job, which was a delivery job. The job included getting to the customer that we were going to at 7 a.m. in the morning. Now, this customer could be quite a while away or could be quite close. On this day, it was Hull, which is about 2 hours away from me. I'm in North Yorkshire. So it's quite a distance. So that meant I would have been starting work at nearly 5 a.m. in the morning. So heading to work, and I had a seizure while driving, and I blacked out, and the car went into a field. The road I was on, it's a link road from the dual carriageway to where I work, and it involves basically coming off the dual carriageway, coming up, over, and then there's a right hand curve, and I blacked out going around that right hand curve. The car hit the side of the road and then went off into a field. Now, I was completely out of it. Luckily there was someone following me that was able to ring the emergency services. But I had what was my first epileptic seizure. I saw the car the day after the accident, and it really wasn't in a good way. I'll put some photos overlay on this video. The way insurance works in the UK, if you're not a UK viewer, is the insurance has a couple of categories. So there's Cat S, which is structural damage. There's Cat N, which is non-structural, so it's more like body panels, maybe a damaged wheel, not too badly damaged suspension. You have a Cat U, which is unrecorded, and then you have the worst one, which is Cat B, which means the car cannot be put back on the road. Now, as you can see from the accident, it's just body panels. So my car was classified as a Cat N, non-structural. Now, being a car from a company that doesn't exist, as I'm sure you all know, being interested in Saabs, it wasn't worth much in the eyes of the insurance. Insurance always like to use brand new parts, which of course, Saab being a dead company, isn't really feasible. It's not really available. So the car was written off, went to insurance auction. The car took about 6 months to go through the auction, and I was paid out for the car. The car was originally offered to me as $4,500, which I did some investigation online using Auto Trader, and the only other car that was comparable, my car was a V6. If this is your first time watching this channel, V6 Aero convertible, which is a very, very rare spec, so they do command a premium. My car, again, they offered me $4,500. When I looked on Auto Trader, the closest comparable car was $9,000 with more miles and in really much worse condition. So I argued the insurance and I was paid out $900, but I had a £500 excess, so it was $8,500. I said the car went off to auction. I decided I'd try and use some of that money to buy the car back and fix it. Everyone who knows me knows that car was one I was going to keep for a very long time. It was my baby, it was something I'd been working on for 5 years. It's a long time to keep a car, and I really didn't want to say goodbye to it. I decided to set myself a budget of £2,000 to buy it back from the insurance. Well, sorry, not back from the insurance, from the auction, and then use the rest of the money to pay to fix it. I thought £2,000 was about normal, because although it's a very special car in the in the eyes of Saab enthusiasts, it's, for everyone else, it's kind of just an old car that you can't get the parts for. That's what everyone believes anyway. So I thought, no one will really want it, I'll get it back fairly cheap. So auction day came, I was on my lunch break, started bidding on it, and it went up to £2,000, which was my ceiling to buy the car, and the bids kept going, which I wasn't really ready for. I didn't expect that to happen. But again, I had to be sort of realistic, and I set my budget as £2,000 to buy the car. Anyway, it blew straight past that. I did a little bit over what I was going to pay, but in the end I had to call it, and it went off to a new owner. Now, as soon as it ended, I did feel a big sort of pang of regret. As I said, it was my baby, it was a car I was going to keep for forever, basically, until, well, not until it died. I was going to do anything basically to keep it on the road. So yeah, the car went off to the auction, and I really did regret that day. So I decided to go onto the Saab groups I'm part of. So I'm North Yorkshire, so I am part of the Yorkshire Saab group on Facebook, and the Saab 9300 UK, and then a couple of little groups here and there. And I decided to put out a in search of post. Obviously the Saab community is quite big, so it is probably more likely to be able to find the car on that. I could put out a couple, nothing really happened, and I did this over the space of 6 months, and nothing really happened until out of the blue I got a message off one of my friends. He's called Paddy, and he lives in Scotland. And obviously, not living in Scotland, I'm not really part of any of the Scottish groups, but he knew I was looking for the car, knew I wanted it back really badly, and he actually found a photo of it with its new owner, and he said, this is the owner, this is his page on Facebook, his account on Facebook, give him a message. So that's exactly what I did. Gave him a message saying, I used to own this car, this is the story behind it, I'd love to have a phone call with you. About 3 months went by, radio silence, until I got a message back from him saying that he'd be up for a call, and we organised a time and I had a phone call with him. So basically I told him what had happened about the seizure, the blackout, my epilepsy, and what had actually happened to it. Cut long story short, we had a phone conversation, and he said, oh, can I have the spare key, which I still had, and I said, yep, I'll send you the spare key. And then it finished off me saying, if you want rid of it, or you want I would like the first right of refusal, and left it at that. About 2 weeks later, I'd sent him off the key. About 2 weeks later, he messaged me back saying, I'm kind of over the car, it's not really for me, do you want it back? And I was like, oh, definitely want it back. So we made a deal. I'm not going to go to how much I paid for it, but let's just say it was a stupid amount of money I paid for it. And the car came back home. It came back on a flatbed. It again was in, I believe, Dumfries. or could have been Glasgow. I'm not 100% sure what it is, remembering back on it. And I really was very happy to have it back, and I didn't tell many people that I'd got it back, just family and a couple of close friends. I knew how much the car meant to me, and it's got a really good backstory now. So yeah, lost the car, got it back after about 18 months, and still have the car to this day, which is, yeah, really, really exciting. It's got a hell of a story, and it's a story that's well known in the Saab groups. So yeah, that's the story about that basically. And I guess that also explains why I went away from YouTube for so long, because no car, no license, what am I going to film really? But yeah, I have the car back now. I am fixing some of the fixes that he did, which I'm gonna put into a separate video. It'll actually be the next video you see, which is like everything wrong with my car sort of thing. It's currently in a state of rebuild. I'm just waiting to have a chance to put the car back together. I managed to get a lot of parts in actually the exact same colour, the ice blue metallic, which is a rarer colour, and I got them from Ron Saab Leeds on Facebook. Being in the same colour, it's actually really, really easy to fix. It's all going to be put back on, and probably can do that in a day or two, and it's going to be back to its best really, which is really exciting. So yeah, let's move off from that onto what I'm going to do with this YouTube channel. So this channel is going to be more of a Saab centric channel, doing sort of rebuilds, well, when I say rebuilds, probably the Temu version of Matt Armstrong. I'm not anywhere near his level of rebuild. I want to do sort of Saab trivia, sort of videos about my sort of thoughts on where sort of the company has gone, and sort of videos maybe on other people's cars, if anyone is wanting to send me videos of their cars or want me to sort of review them online, which would be, I think, quite a good idea. Don't expect this channel to be a daily upload, weekly upload thing. It's probably going to be more of a bi-weekly or monthly sort of thing. I am going to admit to something. I did get my license back after about 2.5 years, but I've been having what's called absence seizures, which means I then had to give my license up for another month. So there's not going to be much driving content. This is basically just going to be a bi-weekly or monthly thing until I have, well, if I have something to film. A lot of stuff on TikTok actually. I will put the either the link in the description or the account name. It's S28 Aero, the same as this channel. Yeah, that's going to be where I'm more active. Instagram I also run, but that's kind of taken a backseat just for now. So if you want to sort of follow me more on those platforms, that would be great. If you guys want to follow me on YouTube, that would be great. If you follow me on TikTok, that would be great. I know some of you are probably here from when I did YouTube, but if this is your first time watching this channel, I do have loads of sort of old videos if you want to go watch them. It documents more the modifications I've done to the car. There will be sort of more videos and modifications in the future when I do them, or when I want to make like a list of what I've done. So yeah, if you could subscribe, that would be great. If you're new here, yeah, please just follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe here. Again, I think I'm rambling here, so I think it's time to end this video off. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon.